We are on the Confusion Herd Management Area in Utah, and we're actually gathering wild horses, excess wild horses, and we're on site with 2 helicopters doing the gather to try to remove some of the horses. The purpose of the gather is to actually reduce the population on the range so it's in balance with the existing habitat, meaning we've only got limited amounts of forage and water in this area, and the population is exceeding the capacity, so we can have not only the horses but the wildlife populations and the other uses on public land in balance, so that we can continue with our multiple use goal as an agency.
Just about when the sun comes up, that's usually the best time to take off. Don't like to do it much earlier than that because you can't see the horses in the shadows very good. And we usually have some sort of plan of attack. We know where we're going to start the day. And today it's out in the middle of this huge valley, about 6 miles, 7 miles from the trap. So we're looking for needles in one big haystack.
This is a very harsh environment here in western Utah.
Extremely rugged, all lava rock, huge valleys interrupted by mountain ranges, very, very little water.
And horses are literally traveling anywhere from 10 to 15 plus miles a day back and forth between forage and water. One of the things that the pilots are able to do in this area, having the 2 helicopters, is they can actually tag team each other. They can actually help each other spot horses that maybe break away or additional animals that they might encounter. The first helicopter might encounter a second band, and it can radio to the first helicopter and say, "Hey, I've got these horses, can you watch them for me?"
In fact, we got 4 horses. This is a group of horses that Alan started this way 2 days ago. So these horses were 20 miles away from here 2 days ago. Brought them over about halfway and then left them. They were starting to get tired. So they made their way over the hill down to water. Now they're right where we need them, right where we can go put them in the trap. So basically a 3-day process. They had one day to come 10 miles and another day to rest and water up, and now we can take them in today. Get them all the way in the trap, hopefully. I would say that my job consists of probably 20% knowing how to fly the helicopter. Most people with a little experience and a little time in an aircraft can fly it. 80% of what we do is knowing horses, what their behaviors are, what they want to do, what they don't want to do. When they go like this, they're going at their own speed. They're covering plenty of ground. They're not getting tired. Exactly what we want. Yeah, we're 4.5 miles out from the trap. I'm a good quarter mile, third of a mile from these horses. They're going just right. But they're going just right where I want them to go. They're headed straight west right now. I want them to be headed a little more southwest. The further southwest they hit this mountain range, better off for them, because the closer they are to the trap, the fewer hills they'll have to climb. We get them turned once, we'll have them going the right way. Going exactly the direction we want them to go. Generally, this is about what 80% of your gather is. Horses walking, going the direction you want. We're just staying back watching.
One of the things that we're really concerned about is we need to make sure that the horses are at all times good, healthy condition. And one of the things that the helicopter pilot utilizes is if they see the horses that tend to maybe start getting tired, they actually may just back off, and even to the point of setting the helicopter on the ground and letting the horses just go at a small, easy trot before they even get close to the trap.
The speed that we're taking the animals is the speed that they can handle. It's easy on the animals, it's not hurting them. When we know that they can go faster, we move them faster. When they're a long ways from the trap, we take our time. Everything that we do, every canyon, every ridge, every wash that we take them across, we always take into consideration what's going to be easiest on the animal. Anyone could turn those horses and get them going one direction, but you have to know how to put them in line, how to put them in order so that you're not stressing the animals unnecessarily. The stud's usually the strongest horse of the bunch, so he takes the lead. When he takes the lead, everybody tries to catch up. When they try and catch up to the stud, they can't do it. And so pretty soon the colts are behind. It's really too hard on the horses. When we back off of the horses, then they're able to let the lead mare be on the lead. They go at their own pace. He keeps the group together, and we don't have any problems. The mare gets on the lead, see how much better pace they go.
So it's very important that we choose a trap site that we can safely and effectively gather wild horses. And this trap site has actually been used since the early 80s. This is a trap site where the horses normally would travel anyway.
And you got 4 coming in, and Alan's right behind me with a big bunch, and 4 coming on their own.
The quality of the pilots is a key on the success for this project, because the experience that they have really makes or breaks whether our gather operations are going to be successful.
Anybody can fly a helicopter, but very few people do wild horse herding.
They actually have to have the specialized experience or be carded in specifically herding animals.
Yeah, it takes 300 hours as a training pilot to get carded to fly horses. That's not just pilot training, that's training underneath the Wild Horse and Burro programs. Our goal is to manage the horse herds. But we don't do it at the expense of the animals. We do it at the safety, and do it at a pace. We're always trying to develop new ways and new techniques that are safer and easier on the animals.
And if we remove some of the excess horses, that actually will allow the existing population here and those that we turn back to really flourish. The bottom line is we're a federal agency that's charged by law to protect not only the resources, meaning the forage, the vegetation, the ground these horses live in, as well as the horses themselves.
I'm right behind you.